Shout out to the Benchmark Human Services. This was published on 2015. I don't know anything about them. This is a channel that had popped up, and they have some very interesting pleas about abuse and neglect and caring for other people. Now, I don't know what these people are, who these people are. I'm just interested in what they're discussing and agree with a lot of things they're saying about abuse and neglect and caregiving, whether it's family caregiving for one another or if you have your loved ones at a facility. And this is personal and it will affect many families, if not now, in the future. So, this is something that needs to be addressed, particularly like with the ADOS advocacy, elderly abuse, elderly civility situations with our people in our community. I hope this be addressed. And I'm gonna say this: I'm not against adult consensual, um, you know, um, activities if they consented. However, I don't know much about it, and I don't discuss it because I don't like discussing things that don't affect me and or my concern. But if it affect our community, I will comment on it. And it's ridiculous because they keep ushering so much, and I mean they just keep ushering so much of their LGBT organization into our communities and neighborhoods. You have to speak on it. I don't agree with the LGBT-ish organization. I don't think that it speaks for the black community. And I wish more black people would speak against who's speaking on behalf of our communities. Ashe and Hotep.
We have to work as a team. And if I feel like I'm getting frustrated, or if my partner sees me needing help, he should
So they are
step in.
LGBT
When you notice one of your
ish.
peers or one of your friends being abused or neglected,
LGBT ish, I'm
what are
sorry.
some of the traits that you see, or what are some of the body mechanics, or how they move or how they talk that you notice that you be like, hey, something's wrong here?
One shuts down, they don't participate in society, they shut down, they're always crying, they don't want to be touched, they feel out of place like it's their fault.
I know one thing I look at, just in my personal experience, a person who has a lot of power struggles. It could be a person who always has behaviors when they're working with particular staff, um, or anything like that.
Benchmark Human Services.
I'm
This
going to
was
look at that
published
woman and look at
February
that person
of
to see,
2015.
what's going on.
Travis is not being Travis. If Travis is not happy, smiling, laughing, then we
It
can
is about
automatically
peace,
say
family.
there's something wrong.
Ashe.
Zeke and I are looking at that time of day, working with individuals who are nonverbal. It is kind of harder because they can't tell you that something's wrong, but as long as you're observing them and as long as you see that, hey, this is not ordinary what such and such does, you can always pick up on that and be like, hey,
Yeah.
something's wrong. A staff that's always, it's got to be their way or the highway, we can look
These
at that.
discussions needs to
You
be
also
discussed.
look at other things in the staff, you know, um,
It should be
things,
government funded
majority of things are
cameras
just
in
control.
homes of people that
Everybody wants
is in
control.
care.
Everybody wants to be in control. But in this field, you have to learn how to, it's a give and take.
Another thing we look at is just how they interact with the clients. You got to observe and, make sure that they are talking to the clients
Yes.
nicely, correctly. They're asking and not telling. Oftentimes we take that for granted and we may tell the consumer to do something as opposed to asking them,
Yes.
even though they should do it, but we still should ask. We should always treat them with dignity and respect. But oftentimes, we have to be the voice for the ones who are nonverbal.
Right, and who are
And
voiceless.
they can't come to
Absolutely.
the supervisor. They can't go to the management. They
Right.
can't say, "Hey, this person is doing this to me." So we have to watch out for abuse and neglect all the time, and we can't just ignore it.
Speak on
And
it.
you can't act like, that's not my client. That's not my responsibility. Any type of abuse, neglect, I would rather you come to me with something that I may find out later
It's
not
about
to be abuse and
respect.
neglect than to allow something to go on
Right.
saying that you're not sure. So that if a client or another staff come to you with a concern, that they know that it's going to be taken seriously,
Right.
that it is going to be investigated, because we want to make sure that
Regardless of their choice, you see their color?
another coworker
That interests
or
me
a
too.
client. So we need to promote.
We got to take care of our loved ones and our
So we need to
innocence,
report
fam.
that it is really going
This
to
is
be
very
investigated.
important
We don't
and
want
will
the
be
person or
followed
the
up on
person
this
that's
channel.
reporting. Do we deal with clients that make false reports? Yes, we do. But every report has to be taken seriously. Even
Don't let the
if
bad
10
outweigh the
reports
good.
in a row, that 11th one
Take care
has to
of
be
people.
abuse or neglect. So we don't
Take care of the
negate it, right?
innocence.
It's
ADOS
always
family.
important to take every report seriously,